Yeah.
That's way too cheaty. That's a Johnny V cheat.
The question is, does it work?
Well, it wouldn't, because you'd be driving over the swath. When you swath crops, you don't want to drive over it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to play an alfalfa. If it goes wrong, it's Wanko's fault.
Peekaboo.
I would not expect anything less.
Good. At least I got easy dev now, so I can fix it. Something out here, easy dev to fix all the mistakes.
Oh, it definitely helps to fix the mistakes in the game, Doc.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of disappointed in a lot of the stuff that I used in 22. Nobody's converted it.
Or not yet, of course.
No, it sounds like
Wanko, did you pick up your contract?
Oh no.
well, it sounds like a lot of the authors, they're kind of like just gonna leave that, you know, if it was 22 mod, they're just gonna leave it 22.
Were they gameplay mods or vehicles and stuff?
Most of the vehicles, because the scripting modules, Giants did change a lot of that as you go around. I think it's probably intentional. They changed some things, but they didn't change a lot of the base coding, so a lot of that stuff come right across and really minimal change. I think you only have to rewrite the actual code for a lot of it. But, well, they changed the vehicles so much that I think a lot of people probably would.
On the texture side of it.
Well, yeah, because now when you do your UV map on your vehicles, and I think on your buildings too, if you don't want it to get wet when it rains, you have to move the UVs over. And then 19 and 22, the vehicles, each material had to be on its own separate thing. Where now they're doing multi-materials. So you have to kind of like rebuild the model to that. There's a converter and blenders out, so I don't really understand what the problem is. You got the blender file to do it.
Yeah, I think blender is easy.
Always.
It's not.
It's not when you're confused and you try to learn one thing instead of trying to learn how to use all of it.
Yeah, but I only want to do one thing.
I know. but there's a basic knowledge you have to have. It's like
Yeah.
if all you know how to do is order spaghetti in Spanish, and then you want to have a ham sandwich, you keep ordering spaghetti and you don't know why.
That's a terrible analogy.
That's what you're doing. You keep getting spaghetti when you want a burrito.
I
But you
have
don't.
tried learning it properly, but it's just I don't have the time. And their instructions you follow, half the time they're telling you to do stuff, but they're not actually showing you how to do the stuff.
Well,
You got to
gotta
admit,
go.
it's difficult to find a good tutorial that actually does it properly for a complete beginner.
It's not. You go to Blender Guru and you go build the donut. And you don't just watch the donut video and kind of pick up the videos that you think you need. You need to go, you need to build the stupid donut. Once you build the stupid donut once, it all makes sense after that. Then when you start adding on other things, it all starts making sense.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to make the donut. It's the only way. Trust me, I spent like two years piddling around doing the same thing, trying to figure it out, getting frustrated because I couldn't do anything I wanted to do in it.
You're
Now
not
I
streaming,
said,
Jamie?
Sorry, what was that, Scrum?
You're not streaming?
Yes, I am. I just brought it up a second
You
ago
are?
here. Yeah.
Ah, okay, because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's one major flaw
There we go. It pops up now.
with doing the donut.
what?
I'm a carnivore.
I make a meat donut.
Okay.
That was a proper high-speed corner there, Jamie.
What are you putting down, barley?
Canola.
Canola?
I did the barley last month. I had 4 fields last month to harvest. Canola's only 1 field, so that'll be alright.
For a pig food mixer?
Yes. Yeah, pig feed, yes. Got barley, I got canola, I got corn. So I'm slowly getting there.
Pull in.
You had a busy week at work, Jamie?
Yeah, busy week at work and busy week at fire hall. I don't know what was going on this week, but alarms and medicals and mulch fires. Just a long week.
Well, it's summer vacation stupidity that's happening.
It's already summer holidays over there, Doc?
What do you mean?
It's not holiday over here yet. Summer break.
No, it's vacation season.
Okay.
Everybody-
Yeah, it's 3 more weeks over here until vacation season starts.
Yeah, everybody acts like idiots when they have to. Whenever they go out of town, they just act like idiots. I don't know what it is. once the kids go back to school in August, it'll all be settled down. Only got about 6 more weeks.
Yep, still a while then, Doc.
Yeah.
So yourself, Scrump, is things stabilizing at work that it's not quite as crazy for you?
It for some reason it's just a crazy busy year at the moment so far, which of course is good. But when you work with a small group, it's a bit of a strain, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally these couple weeks are quite slow for us because it's in between the holidays, and then in 3 weeks summer season starts. But then it's just going to be ridiculously busy. But it's already very busy at the moment because the weather is so really good. So it's almost too good, the weather. Too dry, too warm.
It takes you guys a long time to get to summer, apparently.
Well, summer, it's been basically dry here for the last 8 weeks, apart from a couple little bits of rain. And it's been, last couple of weeks, it's been around 30 degrees every week. And this week it's going to be 35, 36 degrees, so.
Yeah, we've been like 35 to, I think at highest is 39.
Yeah, but we don't usually get that high temperatures, Doc. Normally it would be like this time of year, June, 20, 25 degrees tops.
Global warming.
Yeah, that's what they say. Not too sure about it.
I don't believe it.
Well, I do believe it's global warming, but that's always been there, you know?
I don't believe it's global warming.
We're actually still in a ice age at the moment.
Nah, it's a lot colder than the Ice Age one, God, trust me.
No, seriously, we're still technically in an ice age. Can't remember if I think we're coming out of it, but yeah, we're in an ice age as far as this planet's concerned.
Well, isn't that because there was a period of time that the planet was like twice as warm as it is today, right?
I don't know about twice as warm, but yeah, the UK's been tropical rainforest. The English Channel, when it gets really warm, disappears, so it's all plain, so we can walk across to France, kick their asses, and come back home again, all in a day.
Well, you could do that anyway, because all they do is say, "Oh, surrender."
You can still do that because you got the Channel Tunnel now. Would probably be even faster than walking Wonka.
You don't want to take over France. All they do is riot. I mean, they do put up a good protest, though. Not like the people over here that are all paid to burn the city down.
Yeah, they're paid over here as well.
Oh, I wonder who's paying them.
I believe it's a guy called George.
Oh,
And his buddy Bill.
good old Soros.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's his name there? Just did Didn't he step down from the World Economic Forum?
Yeah, apparently, but apparently not really.
Well, that sounds about right. You guys got it way worse over there than we got it here.
Oh yeah, it's fucking embarrassing.
Jamie's got it the worst out of all of us.
No.
Oh yeah.
We're just lying in wait and letting you all eat your young, and then we'll just take over the world. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to do it.
You got rid of a communist and elected a fascist, so I don't know which one you want. I mean, ugh.
Did you see the choices we had?
You're kind of saying it wasn't really close.
Wasn't the Conservative guy at least reasonably decent?
Hmm.
Povlier or something, or whatever his name was.
Polyev. No. No, it was
with him.
It's the same problem as with all of them. They have all kinds of ideas and how they're going to do stuff, but then when they get in power, they don't do that. They fuck everything up.
Well,
that's what they do everywhere, don't they?
Yep. He had all, he was going to create jobs. He was going to build houses. He was going to do this. And if you asked how he was going to do that, he had no answer. There was no, I'm going to do it by raising taxes, or I'm going to do it by doing this. Like he had all kinds of ideas until you challenged how he was going to make those ideas work. That's the problem I had with him.
That's fair enough. But then I still wouldn't have voted for the other one, Carney. I understand what you're saying though, because if he hasn't got a clue how he's going to achieve it, he's not going to achieve it.
Well,
but then the upside from looking at it from over here, at least then you have the wokery that you've got coming down the track in even bigger spades than you've already had.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. People are brainwashed with this. I don't know what you call it. It's not even liberalism. It's something even totally different.
It's communism in a different name. I think they actually call it, was it neo-fascist? Something like that? No.
Yeah,
neo something.
I don't know. Democratic socialism, I think, is the term that people like to use because it sounds cool. But, I mean, that's China. Why do we want to be like China? I mean, that's what China does, is democratic socialism. Except they just elected their president for life terms.
Yeah.
No, he elected him for life terms. Himself.
Yeah. He's the only vote that counts.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I don't. What? I feel like the people in power see what China's doing and they love it. They want that control. They want that control. They just want that kind of power, and they're just trying to get it.
But they definitely are.
But both of the two major political parties, if you took a set of values and you tried to pick one party that agreed with like 90% of them, you can't. Because the party that's supposed to be for freedom also wants to shut down everything they don't like. So, okay. And then you got the party that wants to regulate everything, but yet they want drugs and everything else being illegal, and they don't want to put people in jail because it's mean. It's like, well,
There's
if
no
you want
logic.
to no, there isn't, because if you want to regulate everything, then you should want to put everybody in jail. That should be your motto. You should be the party that's putting everybody in jail. But you don't want to put anybody in jail because it's mean somehow. Like none of their stances make sense when you start adding them up. It's like where did you two parties go wrong? You know? I don't understand why we can't agree on things like, hey, why don't we have a good idea of who's in our country and why they're here? Can we start there? I mean, shouldn't you agree that you don't want people in your country that you don't know who they are or why they're there?
If you're logical, yes.
Well, I mean, it just makes perfect sense. You don't just let perfect strangers walk into your house and just hang out and take your food and everything else.
Have you noticed they've all got front doors with locks on, these people that want to have everybody come to their country?
Oh, not just front doors, they got walls. But walls are mean if you try to put one on the border of a country. Yeah, they have those 10-foot high walls with security cameras all over and locked gates. And they want people. They always use people to help.
I'm really glad Britain left the EU, because now all the immigrants are going to Britain and we have way less problems with them now. Well, that's a good thing.
Depends on which side of the channel you're on.
Yeah, thanks, Marco.
It's been done deliberately.
Well, it is because they're overwhelming the system. I mean, we've got a housing crisis in this country because you put 10 million people in a country over the course of 3 years, and I think that's a low estimate. You know, those people all need places to live. At 10 million people, we have like half of our states don't even have like 3 million in them.
Oh, then you got plenty of space.
No, we don't.
I'm pretty sure you do compared to us.
Yeah.
No, we don't, because you have to have houses. There's no housing. It's not like we have empty houses all over this country. We've got nothing.
Just build houses.
You have plenty of room to build houses then, though.
Well,
that's where our problem starts. We're running out of room.
We're running out of money because the idiots, the absolute fuckwits running our government at the moment just don't have a clue.
See, I live in an area where everybody moves to, and just the devastating effect on the taxpayer dollar from people moving in, because you have to build more hospitals, you have to build more schools, you have to build more houses, you have to build more roads, you have to build more infrastructure, more water. Now we're running out of water. We're running out of water because there's too many people living here.
There is an alternative. Do what we did. Absolutely nothing. So we have sky-high taxes, no functioning hospitals, unless you're a migrant, of course, in which case you get sent straight to the top of the dental queue.
Well, because you wouldn't want to be racist. Some people are just more equal than others, Swanko. As soon as you understand that logic, I don't know.
You sure you want to buy the 3-in-1, Jeremy?
What's the other option?
Yeah, you need a big truck. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh,
I've got the transistor in front of it, which works, but if you have it on the field, it's a bit struggling.
yeah, I was going to buy a
As long as you got, as long as you got enough cars and you leave it on the road, yeah, then you should be fine.
So I was going to buy an auger wagon.
Yes.
I just let the combine self-unload. Works good. Oh, look, another field with no way to get to it.
Oh, I've got a couple of those fields dug. And the great thing is on this map, if you drive over the grass, you demolish it. But I have to drive over the grass to get to my field. So, yeah.
Now, he's got a bunch of fields on here that don't really have an entrance to them. They don't really have a road going to them. They're just kind of like landlocked. I quite understand it. PDA is not too great.
I just go to log out and log back in again.
Okay, one go. Watch out for that ditch, Jamie. It's deeper than you think.
Oh, I've skirted it before.
I've seen you combine a couple fields to make a nice big piece of land.
Yes.
The grassland.
That's why I was asking you about that.
Yeah, about the corner there, yeah. Yeah, I'm not extending that way anyway, it's all good. And I did think of expanding a little bit, but at the moment I think I don't. Plenty of work to keep up with. Welcome back, Wonka.
Thank you very much.
Has your week been at work then, Wonka? Made some good progress on that small site?
Yeah, very busy. Mostly
Got rid of all the
hauling-
concrete?
No, we've crushed about 10 tons. So we've got a huge pile of crushed concrete to get rid of now.
Yeah.
We've had 4 lorry loads of soil taken away, which has all had to be hand barrowed out by yours truly. Starting to think I'm getting too old for this crap.
That's because you are.
Wonka, you need to get a giant skid steer.
Yeah, just can't fit them in our job sites. We have all our job sites have
can.
bad access.
I think you can with the giant skid steer. It fits. It's
Oh, the
as wide
giants.
as a wheelbarrow. Giant wheelbarrow. Yeah, it's a Dutch company. It's called Giant. They just build extremely small skid steers for like back gardens and stuff like that that will fit through a door.
Yeah, it's like is it a walk
Okay.
behind? Stand on a.
Yeah, Bobcat makes a walk behind one.
You can stand behind it. You can
Yeah.
stand on a little. Yeah. It's a really nice piece of equipment. You can fit the small bucket to it, or pellet arms, or just all kind of little things. You can even put a broom on it, or a concrete mixer. So yeah, very nice piece of equipment. And it's
Imagine
small.
they're quite expensive as well.
Yes, they are, but it saves you your back.
Because they do
And
like...
it would do the job a lot quicker. So in some way it would earn some money back.
I'd like to get a spider crane. Because
that's pretty handy too, if you need more reach.
it's the size of the steels, they keep making them bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just, you can build a multi-story car park with some of the steels we have to fit now.
Yeah, but the good thing, if you have a spider crane, the good thing is you can just hoist it towards the back garden as well.
Well, the ones we got over here, they come with a little tracked crawler carrier thing. Which looks very cool. But they are, oh Christ, how much are they? I think they're well over £100,000 to buy, even though they're very small.
Yeah, well then that giant skid steer is expensive, but compared to that, it's cheap. I'll try and find a video for you, because it's not been out very long, the small version. It's only been out for like a year now.
Oh, okay.
It's just a really nice piece of kit. It comes... yeah, but the Bobcat is a little bigger, Doc.
How can it be bigger? It's like 3 feet wide.
Yeah, I know. But still, the Bobcat is a little bit... Well, it's not really wider. I think it's like the Bobcat is longer. Not 100% sure, but they had the Bobcats at the fair we went. They had the Bobcats and the Giants lined up next to each other, and the Giant was just a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact.
Because the Bobcat one is made. They also Caterpillar makes an excavator the same size. They're made to work inside buildings.
Yes, I know. Hitachi does that as well.
Yep. I can't remember the company, but there's a company that makes powered wheelbarrows.
Yes, Matador, the Dutch company,
Matador.
does that.
Yeah, there's another one too that makes them. The concrete guys like it. They use them.
The good thing about the Matador is it has traction control. So the handlebars that you hold, the harder you push, the faster it goes forward, and the more you push back, the faster it brakes. So it's really easy to control that wheelbarrow. Makes things a lot easier. And if you want to drive up towards a tipper van or something like that, you need to go up. It's no problem at all, because there's so much traction. It will just run up there, no problem at all.
These things they've got to keep the concrete business using, because they go from the concrete truck outside and then they run it down to a basement when they're retrofitting houses.
Yeah, and it will hold it.
Or if they're blasting out, like they're blasting concrete out or something, then they'll run the material out with them, and then they'll run the fresh new stuff in. All young men work. Us old crippled folk can't do that anymore.
That makes sense, yeah.
Speak for yourself. Not saying I'm enjoying it, I can still do it.
I can still do it, I just don't want to. I don't know, driving down the road with a bunch of idiots that want to run into you and cause accidents isn't fun either.
That's also true.
I about had it with all these frickin' people in their camp trailers and blowing tires and towing a camp trailer is 3 times the weight of what their tow vehicles rated for. They gotta start cracking down on this stuff because it's dangerous.
System man driving for 18 hours.
I'm all legal. I am all legal.
It doesn't make it a good idea though.
And I can't talk too much because I did have a wheel fall off and it was on fire literally. So.
On fire as well.
Mm-hmm.
Had you got a sticky brake?
Nope. I got one less wheel bearing than I needed.
Boss told him to drive the wheels off it.
I thought I blew a tire. People were slowing down and pointing at me, and I'm like, oh, what'd I do? Bust the tire up? Because I had 2 bad tires on the back axle of the trailer. I'm like, oh, one finally let go. And there was an exit up there, so I went to the nearest exit, got on the exit ramp, and when I hit the brakes, I had a smoke show back there. And about the time I almost got stopped, then the wheel come off. On fire. It's awesome. I had to wait quite a while for it to cool down enough so that every time you moved it, it didn't reignite itself. Full wheel and everything. Wheel, brake drum. Had to take the brakes off. Guy came over with a loader and a pair of pallet forks and set the tire on my truck, and I strapped her down and kept on going. I already passed the scale, so didn't have to worry about it. Nobody's gonna pull me over for overweight.
It sounds scary to me.
Huh?
It sounds scary.
What do you mean?
Well, over here we got so many regulations. You just that sort of stuff doesn't happen.
Well, I already noticed this wheel was loose, and we had fixed it. But I think we didn't fix it quick enough because we tightened it up. We tightened it up and we greased it because it was a little loose. And we tightened all the wheels on that trailer. But I'm thinking that the damage is already done, and by us tightening it up, it got us a little more time, but it didn't fix the problem. So the bearing shattered, and then without the bearing holding the wheel on, the wheel just come off. The inside bearing looked great. Didn't look like there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's just nothing you can do about it, really. I mean, we thought we fixed it. It's on a lift axle.
It's more the 18-hour days. That's just insane.
I'm not driving for 18 hours. I'm only driving for 12.
Most I used to be able to do was 9. You can only do that once every 72 hours or something. Can't remember now. That's probably changed.
Yeah, there's enough ways to kind of work around that one, but at least there is a way.
Well, I started at 2 in the morning on Friday. Drove 4 hours. Well, I drove 2.5 hours. 2 hours. Drove 2 hours out. Logged into my logbook. I was out of my free miles. drove down to the ranch, unloaded, logged back out, because now I was going to reload within another 150-mile radius. So I reloaded, went down another 126 miles, unloaded, reloaded, drove my 150 miles back, and then I had to wait 4 minutes for my clock to reset for my 10 hours off before I could log in again. And then I logged in, and then I went and delivered, and then I went home.
So is it your logbook just a paper thing?
No. No, it's all tied into the truck. It's got the GPS on the truck, and it tells how fast it's going and all that. I just log out of it because I'm exempt.
Well, we have a thing called a taco with a like a credit card thing. You could do some fudging, but not a lot.
Taco, it's already outdated over here. They switched to everything on GPS and exact coordinates of where you are, what you're doing, everything, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, ours is an electronic logging device, they call it.
Yeah, it's. I think we got a similar kind of setup.
Probably the same setup. It plugs into the vehicle, and then it tracks the vehicle for it tracks everything, where the vehicle is and everything, and then I have to log. The actual thing I interact with is just a tablet running an app.
Yes.
I was doing it on my phone, but then my phone decided that somehow my phone won't connect to the truck, and I don't know why. Vehicle is too far away from. I'm not wrapping all these bales by myself.
Oh, come on, Doc. You can do it.
No.
I'm wrapping bills too. It's not a big job.
You don't see the size of this field.
No, I didn't. Probably better.
Keep saying vehicles too far away from the field.
My field is not that big, so I'm good.
Oh, you know why? I'm gonna bet this grass field isn't a field. Monkey molesters.
You got a lot of field soils there, Jamie, or just a couple?
I just had that one field I'm on now for harvesting, but I got grass. I got 2 fields of grass to try to knock down and make hay today.
Yeah. Plenty to do then.
Yes.
Is that because the sun is shining?
Make hay because the sun shines.
Yeah. Blanco doesn't know what sunshine is because it's never sunny over there. It just rains.
Well,
that's why
the last couple of weeks, Wonko has been quite happy about the weather.
Well, happy's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, there's no one. I got first part I had something like 70-meter run with a wheelbarrow full of clay back from the back of the house, well, back of the garden to the front of the house, all day in 30-degree heat or whatever it was.
30 degrees, not heat, Wonko.
Well, that's pretty good, decent English weather, isn't it? 30 degrees, Wonko.
Again, I question your terminology of decent. I'm quite happy at 16 to 18 degrees.
Oh yes, me too. We are getting. Be right back.
Okay.
And 30 is like when I'm putting a jacket on.
Yeah, see, that's warm here too. Get over 30, it's sticky.
Well, you live in sticky area. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
live in sticky area.
You got a dry heat down there, right?
Yeah. But we like, you know how you get a hot day, but you get a cool breeze. See, we don't. That breeze is not cool. It's like somebody, you know, it's like when you open the oven and the hot air rushes on your face.
Yep.
It's like you don't want it to be windy because it's just even hotter.
God, that sounds like hell.
Well, you gotta wear, the key is like wear long sleeves and stuff. That way you don't, you know, light colors, long sleeves. The most popular vehicle out here is white. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Long sleeves will help you stay cool.
It's a bit counterintuitive, I suppose.
No, I mean, well, like the migrant workers and stuff, they'll be out there with their ponchos on and their sweatshirts in the, you know, 40-degree heat because it keeps, you know, at that temperature, it keeps your body heat, it keeps the heat out instead of keeping it in. Well, I mean, there's places like that over here. You go to Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, all along the West Coast, and you can get your, you know, 20-degree weather all year round. The East Coast fluctuates a lot more than the West Coast.
Well, Johnny, we were debt free and you didn't show up, so now.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Showed up. He saw I was here and couldn't be bothered to come in.
You had to go back in depth, Jamie?
Yeah. I was eyeballing one of these last week and I was going to buy for the straw, and now I bought it for the straw.
What have you got?
Prone square baler with the reflect on it.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Use it for the hay as well.
Too bad you didn't have somebody
I had the
rake
Kuhn
running.
baler, which is pretty cheap, but for some reason it was bugged. It did not want to make bales anymore. I could not figure it out. I tried feeding in new netting, but that was not the problem either. I resetted it to the shop, but the damn thing just didn't want to work. Reconnected, so I sold it and bought the Chrome, and that worked fine.
Contract gotta be pretty good for wrapping all these bales. This is annoying. Usually course play does it and I don't have to worry about it. $19,000. Yes.
What do you need so much hay for then, Jamie? You're not making most of it to silage?
I'm trying to stock up a little bit because last winter I ran really, really tight.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just make sure you get plenty in stock for the next one. Well, at least we got the transfer ownership mod back again as well, so if we want to sell some stuff in between, we could do that as well.
Yes.
Someone running low and other one still has some in stock.
Yeah, I
Or
made the mistake
crops
last
for
year.
feed.
I sold some silage and that kind of stuff too, but we don't have as many grass fields this year as we did last year because we converted some to crop.
I got one more cut in the grass fields this year, maybe two on a couple of them. So I should have plenty. And the ones I turned around, the ones I harvested last month, the barley fields, I put grass in them. I get one cut of grass off them this year and then replant them with barley.
Yep. Same. Should post that mod up we put on ours. It's that extends your pickup on your nailers and forage wagons.
Oh, okay.
It's not unrealistic. It just puts it out just a
Makes
little
it a
bit.
little wider, yeah.
When you turn a corner and like you're almost at maybe the size of your tractor tires, not just.
Yeah, because this one does leave misses spots every here and there.
Yeah.
It's not much what it's leaving, but
Oh.
just a little flick here and there. Still busy season for you then, Doc? With driving the truck, or is it a bit slower now?
It does.
Middle of the summer.
There is no real like slow season. Pretty much busy all the time. You get a couple of days here or there, but pretty much the same all the time.
Oh, that's good then. You got a steady flow then.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, bud? I'm good. I think Wonko's good. Trump is good. Doc, we're not so sure.
Hey.
I think Doc's no Johnny today. He's duck it out and work.
Is he not joining us at all today?
No, I don't think he's feeling too well again today.
Ah.
He was up at midnight because I noticed he was online by midday, which is like 1 o'clock in the morning for him. First chat, he said, I didn't think he's going to be on. He's not feeling good.
It's just up watching porn.
You think that's the problem, Dad?
Yeah, just wear them all out.
Made a start on the farmyard yet, Jamie?
I did, and I deleted it because I didn't like what he did. So I'm gonna have to, like I say, I'm gonna wait until you send me one, and then when I'm kind of ready, I guess I'll tell you, and then I'll use your latest one build it because you're going to have to use height. Because I do have to blend in edges because it's coming up over the road and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when you place a building close to the road, it's like blending up and moving your heights around. So
yeah, you don't need to worry about that as long as it's laid out how you want it.
just gonna go back and smooth that around later.
Yes, well, I transfer it out of the placeables XML. It won't take. It doesn't deform when I copy those coordinates back into my map or my version.
It can.
Yeah, but it's not a huge problem, is it? I can just.
Well,
reset.
I know it's a big problem to take that save game file and take the DEM out of it and stick it into the map folder.
Ah, yeah, no, I wasn't going to do that. I was thinking just grab the coordinates so I know where it's going, and then just sort the terrain out to suit that, if you see what I mean, or vice versa, whichever works best.
I think you should build it in the game and then take the DEM out in the save game data and use that.
It doesn't always behave itself, though.
No, not always. But the DEM's a DEM. You just have, all you have to do is rename it. And then whatever terrain you've landscaped and painted, because you could take the painted weight files out of the save game too.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Sounds like more work what you're doing.
No.
No, I'm just going to take the coordinates, write them all down. Then I'm going to replace all these buildings back where I'm at. Then I'm going to, struggle getting the terrain how I kind of want it to be.
No, I just copy paste straight out one place XML and stick it in the other place XML. Have a look, tweak it, job's a good one.
Yeah, but then you got to re-level the terrain because the buildings won't have the terrain leveled.
It's a fairly flat area, so it's not going to be massive differences, only about 1 or 2 meters tops.
But there is difference because when I was doing it, I had to step down because put the farmyard and the barns going down the road and then going to that field in the back. It was like I had to step it down in there, make it flat to get at each one of them.
I suppose what I could do is just flatten that farmyard area, raise it up like 1/2 metre or something, so it's all on the same level.
Yeah, somewhat the same. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you look at it. You have a look at that area you're talking about. It's quite a grade from that house. Because what I tried to do was make that house at the top. It's there, kind of your farmhouse. I came in with the driveway and then down across to the back of the fields to the north to make your barns like to expand it from the farmhouse down over years type thing.
Right.
But it's quite a terrace down. So you look at the height that's in that field that's behind you going to the east on there. There ends up being quite where that hedgerow is. There ends up being quite an abutment going up, cover that off.
Right.
So maybe.
So what do you got a terrace? You got a terrace. The building's terraced down the hill.
That's what I did. Is I leveled off from the farmhouse. I made a couple of like sheds up there, and then kind of dropped down to the next level to go to the north on this particular one, and then made a little plateau there that I could try to pick it up. But then you're blending back to the road that's to your west.
Yeah, see, if he just takes the DEM out of the save game that you were doing that in, all your hard work would still be there.
Don't reach out. Don't reach out. That's all that did you.
Oh well. Trying to provide an easier way to do it. Wonko don't want it. He wants to do it the hard way. Man, I started building the map in game in 19. Like that. I laid out the terrain and smoothed it, and I made all the fields and everything right just in the game.
Yeah, you said before about that.
Yeah. And then, you know, like I'd put the entrance to the field and I'd paint I would do all the painting and I'd move stuff. I'd, you know, add different things, and then I got done, I would just transfer the files out of the save game into my map folder and go into GE and mess with it. I had that one actually. It was probably the furthest one along I've ever been. It's just that 22 was coming out when I got to it, and it was kind of like Pidnall there. It got to the point where there's no point in continuing on because 22 is going to be out in like 2 weeks.
Oh, when I first submitted it, that was in August.
Well, I know. I started working after a couple of months. All I got up to was I don't even think it might have been September. All right. Well, I'm gonna go play. Get you guys later.
All right, bud.
All right, mate.
Right,
See you
Doug.
later.
You have a wonderful rest of your day, buddy.
Yeah. You too. See ya.
Yeah.
Is the new one out already, Doc, or not yet?
It's coming out this fall or this winter. I think it's like
Okay.
November maybe.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while then.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be ready and good. All right. Take it easy, guys.
Take care, Doc.
Yeah, mate.
Bye bye.
For the first time on this map, that all my equipment kind of starts to be not outside. Finally getting a little bit of organization going on here.
Sheds down.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of equipment too.
Oh, I got so much equipment on here. The list is pretty long at the moment, actually, and most of the stuff is not even here yet. Because all the forestry equipment is still standing near the forestry area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I could have waited even longer, but I was like, well, I'll retake a little bit of a loan and get this at least a little bit organized. It's been a mess for a while. But yeah, there's a lot of gear, that's for sure. I mean, I got a harvester, but I also got a combine. Two big tractors, 3 small tractors, medium tractor.
I got rid of my small tractor in the end.
Yeah, I still got my small tractor for tedding.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a small John Deere. I've got quite a bit of landscape to do here as well. Got a big yard. But that will have to wait till we get some money again.
Be right back, guys.
Alright, Jimmy. Catch you in a bit. You hope to get all the stone crushing and get rid of all the concrete crush done this week then, Wonka?
Yeah, the crushing's done. We're going to use some of the first stuff for the foundation.
Yeah.
And we're still going to have 6-7 tons left, which we got to get rid of.
Can you sell it? Because it's the type of material you would use on the roads or etc.
Well, trying to. It's just find somebody who can come and get it.
Yeah, okay.
It's not proving as easy as we thought.
Yeah, we use it quite often, broken. Yeah, well, not broken bricks or broken concrete as a foundation for paving.
Yeah, oh, this is good stuff. We've got it down to some what we call Type 1 MOT.
Yeah.
So we're going to be putting it in, well, we have put it in the pads for the 2 new buildings. Like I said, we've still got an awful lot left over.
Yeah, because it was more than expected, right?
Yeah, a lot more concrete than I was expecting.
Well, it is what it is.
Very true.
All working on the same job then now, Wonko, or still finishing up last bits and bobs on the older one?
Still finishing the older one. Been too busy on the 2 new ones to get back to the old one.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you got 2 new ones going now because
Yes.
of the yeah.
Yeah.
So you started on a new one after you took on the smaller one. You're on with the concrete.
Yeah. Yeah. But hopefully after this we can all start sort of slotting together better. In terms
Yes.
of where people are, what they're doing. Because we'll be getting more outside contractors in to start doing it.
Okay, yeah. You get a couple other contractors doing some small things for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that should help. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, this first or the second job is just a question of getting the roof on, and then everybody else can come in and do their thing.
Yeah. So that should be a kind of easy fix for you. Basically.
Yeah,
Apart
I
from
mean,
guiding everyone in.
well, yeah, there is that pain as well, I suppose. So we had the floor screeder coming in, supposed to be in on a Friday.
Yes?
Phoned up late on Thursday saying, no, I'm not going to make it. It'll have to be
Oh,
Monday.
wonderful.
Which meant then nobody else could work on it for that week because got to wait for it to go off, and then they've got other stuff to do. So yeah, so nothing happened on that site last week.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Unfortunately, yes.
I mean, we do most of the stuff ourselves, but for some reason, always when you need someone to do something for you, or you need a contractor for a certain job, it always turns out that they either take longer than they expected, or they can't at the time that you want them to come.
Yes. It was very annoying.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, and it's not going to help either if you give them a big mouth and say, well, you don't have to come back, because then they say, alright, then I don't come back, and then you got to find someone else.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be easy either.
Nah, there's a shortage of people in the trades now. It's just getting worse.
Yeah, it's the same here. Okay. Well, craftsmen in general. I mean, when I went to carpenter school, we had a class of 23 people, I think, that were, and we live in a pretty small area, so that was a pretty big group. But that same school for craftsmen, basically for carpenters, they now have 4 in a year. So that's like 20 less than what it used to be every year, that people were willing to work with their hands, basically.
The trouble is, youngsters seem to think that they can earn a living just by messing about on YouTube and TikTok.
Yes, that's what I think. And the problem is some of them make it also. That shouldn't be that easy.
And then you've got successive governments telling children, oh yes, everybody can go to university.
Nah, the biggest problem is they tell you if you do something in ICT, you will earn €6,000 a month. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, there's that as well.
So everyone wants to become the ICT guy.
Well, those sort of jobs are not going to be around for that much longer, because AI will do most of it.
Yeah, the problem is AI has to be fed as well. And still has to be checked. But I do think in the future a lot of those things will be AI. There's the good and the bad, I think, on AI.
There's what, sorry?
I think on AI there's the good and the bad. There's a lot of things that will benefit from it, but there will also be a lot of stuff you don't want AI to mess with, basically.
Yeah.
$12,000 for a load of strawberries, that's not bad.
Don't flood the market.
I will before you sell them, Jamie. Nah, I only sell one load. I keep the rest for my animals.
I got tons of straw. I saved all the straw from the other, but
Now, I got like 60 bales still, so I got plenty. But if I do want to start on pigs, I need to put in straw on that as well. And I'll rather sell it later than have a shortage in the winter.
yeah.
Friends, where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, it's a nice bale of Jamie, that one. How's the weather over there in Canada then, Jamie?
It's been nice. Today is cool and a little damp, which like showers. Like it's a good rain. It's going to make things want to grow.
Yeah. It's the kind of rain we need for like 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
You had quite a slow start of the year over there, right? With the weather.
May was cool, very cool.
Yeah.
The problem is here at the end of June it went like just hot instantaneously. Like it wasn't a gradual build up. We just went from 17 and 15 degrees to 36.
Oh yeah, that's a small jump.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, some of the straw I may use for cows, but I'll probably end up selling quite a bit of it because I do have quite a bit in storage. Ooh.
Got a lot of farm work still to do then, Wonko?
Yeah, harvesting at the moment.
What's ready for you, canola or barley?
Barley.
Barley, yeah.
Oh, that's just it, Chris. I was a little nervous with last winter. Hay, silage, straw, we were getting down a little bit, but I don't think it was as bad as I thought it was, but felt that way. Some work to do here the rest of the week. Is you putting grass back on that one as well too, Scrump, or are you gonna bother?
Yes. I'm still in a little doubt. It's either going to be grass or just rapeseed oil as a fertilizer stage, but if I do grass I get at least one cut from it.
That's where I'm not sure stages on the grass.
No, it won't be full stage, but it will be third stage, so it will be mowable.
Yeah, the stuff we did last month.
That will be full last month before we go to winter. what we did last month is first stage now, and let me check. We can still harvest grass in October. So if we plant now, 1, 2, 3, we'll get stage 3 in October, so we can still cut the grass if we get it in this month. It won't be fully grown, but you will get a good amount from it. So everything you planted last month will be full grown in November.
Yeah, because I did. Yes, this is growth 2 of 4.
Is it already 2 what we did last month? Because then it's even going to be sooner. Let me check. Yeah, it's already 2 out of 4, so it's going to be sooner then. That means we're getting full harvest from everything you seed this month as well.
Yeah, this is 3 of 4 that I had knocked before, and then 134 hasn't been cut. It's ready to harvest. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's worth putting in one more time for us. I pretty much got. I had a lot of crop fields, and basically everything is grass again now. Apart from 2 cornfields, big cornfields. So it's fun.
AI driver decided he was going to go for a tour, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the problem with AI then, Wonko. You still got to babysit it.
Yeah. But let's say I think Grok and OpenChat GTP are all slightly more sophisticated than the Giant's AI, shall we say?
Only a little bit. There's not a big difference there.
If you say so.
Water on both sides of the road still, Jamie.
Yeah, so if you plant grass in now, you're not going to put barley back into that field then, will you?
No, I can't plant barley. You can't plant barley now.
No, if you put grass in now,
yes,
you won't get barley back in because you won't get that cut before.
Nah, not before October, but then it will be just spring barley then. Then I'll leave it through the winter and put wheat or barley in the spring. It's probably going to be then. Let me check. It's going to be oats then, something like that.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Gizmo. Good evening.
Gizmo. What?
Good. And yourself?
Yeah, right.
You had a good day? Enjoyed?
Yeah, we just had lunch over the pub with all the kids. It's good.
Nice.
So hot though. steaming here. It's hardly a breath of wind. Still 27 degrees.
I'm sitting right next to the window, and I opened it.
Yeah.
Because it's so warm inside the house. All day it was hotter outside than inside, but now it's the other way around.
The other way around, yeah. Same here. But I think there is a bit of a wind around. But it's only not all the time, it's just every...
It's only a very minor breeze over here.
Yeah.
And we're shooting back up to 36 degrees this week, so wonderful.
How many? 46?
Yeah, 36.
Oh, 30.
Still.
Wait.
36 is more than enough if you have to work in it.
Yep. Try wearing fire gear.
Well, no, it's not more than enough.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, I can imagine that can't be a lot of fun. Jamie.
No, it's made to keep heat out and insulate you, so it's got multiple layers, and it just sucks living life right out of you.
Yeah. Especially if it's like 30 plus outside, and then you've got to go into a fire. It's going to make it even. Going to go and see the Formula One movie.
How are you?
Yeah, they've got a really big IMAX cinema in Waterloo, which I think was one of the first they made. And it is a roundabout. You know, the actual building is the roundabout at the end of the bridge. So we're going down there tomorrow with a couple of mates. Have a bit of lunch in one of the local pubs. Go in there. Just forward to that.
How's the hand doing, Gizmo?
The hand is doing brilliantly, mate. I think, really. I don't think I'm good enough to go back in the truck tomorrow. But I think if I was doing typing or office,
yeah,
pretty easy tomorrow.
Sounds good.
The actual hand is down to a couple of little pin.
Your mic is dropping in and out a little bit. Yeah, it's stuttering a little bit. At least it is for me. So.
It is for me too, yeah. To the full crew there last night for Friday night online for Friday's game.
How's that? Any better?
It sounds a lot more clear. Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear background noise?
Not
No.
at the moment.
Because my light's not going off here.
No,
It's on all the time.
yeah, I do hear a bit background noise now.
Alright, hang on. What about now?
Just very. That's. I think it's better now.
Yeah, because it's shutting off when I stopped talking now. It wasn't before. It was the input sensitivity was set to.
It was too low.
No, it was too high.
Oh, it was high. Okay.
And then I knocked it back to too low. But it's right now.
Good.
So you had a good week, Wonko?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah.
He's starting to feel like an old man.
Is he? Well,
He's kind of said.
I've been feeling that for months, or years even. But you just ride through it, won't they? And do you know what the weird thing is? Because of this operation, I had to stop taking. They told me to stop taking any medication, any vitamins or anything like that. 10 days before the op, which I've done, and I don't feel any different.
Why would you stop taking vitamins?
I don't know, but they said to do that. Because they were going to put me on a general anaesthetic, weren't they?
Right.
And they said to stop taking them prior, 10 days prior to the surgery. Which is what I did, but in the end they just give me a local. So everything, a lot of what I did didn't apply. But it's probably good to have a clear of that. I've lost one here. Have you stopped streaming, Jamie?
No.
It's weird. What have I done here then? Yeah, refresh the items. It just says waiting for Red Island Farm by 29th of June 2025 at 19:09.
It's working for me.
It's weird, isn't it? Let's try it again. Oh. Right, I think I must have clicked on it on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the oldest swing.
Or something like that. Isn't relevant to this. little bit of bantering with Johnny earlier.
You did?
Yeah, well, Graham didn't realise that he was doing potatoes.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
So he offered to come back in and do them. And so I saw it and I thought, oh, I can't resist this. So I said, well, that match only runs on a Friday. I said, you'll have to go on to the Montana map. So had a little wind up with Johnny there.
Yeah, he finished the potatoes. We placed the sheep barn there yesterday evening.
Yeah, he done it. He done them all. Yeah, he done all the potatoes. So he couldn't have gone to bed, can he?
No, he went back in the next.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's when he said what he'd done, I thought, blimey, because he hadn't even started the potatoes when I left.
I got to get on for a little bit there last night, maybe for an hour with them.
Right. Yeah, but you were tied up fixing a fence, weren't you?
Yeah.
So some idiot drew through it.
Yeah, customer went to back up and hit the gas instead of the brake. And
oh, yeah. Yeah, that happens. Do you know, it's funny, I moved the van at work, Transit Custom, right? I'm getting it. No one said a word. So I jump in it, pull it forward, and then I can't find the brake pedal. I try moving my foot across, and I can't. I'm hitting something, but I can't find the brake pedal, and it's way above the level I'm on. Do you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
You know how normally you just come off one and go onto the other, and it just slides over the top, and that's it, job done. Well, this thing, there was something wrong with the ABS pump, I guess, or the ABS control unit, and it had raised the pedal, the brake pedal, about 2 inches higher than normal, and I ended up pulling on the handbrake, so I didn't go through the fence. But yeah, crazy. And my boys bought a new car this week. We bought one of them Y model Teslas, which is quite nice, but I don't know whether I'd want one. They're very gimmicky. You know, things like you can turn the aircon on while you're sitting in the pub, so that when you come out, it's all nice and cosy. Things like that.
My truck will do that with my phone app.
Really?
Volvo will do that too. Volvo car.
Oh, what's your truck then?
It's a Ford F-150.
Okay.
So you can decide if you want, when you turn it on, and you can decide if you want to turn the heated seats on or you want to turn the temperature to a certain temperature.
Yep. Yeah. It's not really a thing over here, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can't think of but he's got a phone app and he can just about do anything on the car.
Yeah.
Including cameras.
Yeah, same on the Volvo cars over here, I guess.
Yeah,
at least the newer models.
What else can it open the windows, open the doors, open the boot, open the bonnet? It's just ridiculous.
Have you been for a little drive with it yet?
Oh yeah, we went out. Yeah, it is.
They got snapped, don't they?
And he can't help himself, Jamie. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have the demonstration of how quick it is.
Yeah.
And
they are quick.
So we overtook 2 cyclists in about, I don't know, 30 feet, I suppose, because it dropped into warp drive. Just fucking crazy. But the thing is with them, you very rarely over here anyway. You very rarely see people driving them like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They all seem to drive them around like they're, oh, I won't put my foot down because I'll use X amount of battery power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's the same with my truck has a selector knob that what type of transmission base you want to use. Do you want to use a sporty setting or do you want to and there is quite a difference between the eco settings and the
the
performance settings on them. It's kind of cool.
I mean, he's
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay,
I think he got quite a good deal on it. And it came with so much, like 800 quid worth of free charging on a card, right? And he was talking to his accountant about it, and she said, if you buy that, she said, I can get you some really good tax relief. And in the first year, he's going to get 12 grand back as a tax relief. Which just seems crazy.
It is, but it's because they're trying to incentivize you to go this way.
Yeah. But I mean, but the thing is, you know, if you haven't got the money, Jamie, to buy a 55 grand car and you can't claim it back as a company vehicle, you're losing out.
What's the depreciation going to be on that car?
What is the what?
Depreciation.
No idea, Bonker. I didn't even ask him how much it was, to be honest.
Because there's been lots of reports about people just losing all interest in buying electric cars. Which then means, well, I mean, new or second hand.
To be honest, right, I think that if you're going to have an electric car, you've got to get rid of it when the warranty runs out.
Yeah.
Because the amount of tech on this motor, if it goes wrong, it is just going to be zeros. You know? So you don't want it after that. And from his point of view, as a company vehicle, he won't be keeping it more than 3 years. I wouldn't have thought.
I got a bad feeling he's going to regret it when it comes to changing it in, because he's just not going to get the money. It won't offset the tax relief he's got on it.
Well, apparently he's going to get 12 grand back in the first year, won't he?
Yeah.
Is what he was saying today.
But the depreciation on these things is dropping all the time because people don't want them.
Thing is with my son, Wonko, he's got too much fucking money.
Right, okay.
Right.
Is he looking for investors?
Yes. No, listen. He has got a really good job. He's self-employed and they pay him the max before you have to VAT register. Yeah? But they also pay him for holidays, which you don't normally get paid for when you're self-employed. And they've given him a van and a fuel card. So why does he need a motor? He doesn't. But someone's obviously talked him into the fact that he can get all this tax relief and stuff. And his last car was an Audi RS3, is it? It was just like a pocket rocket. Yeah, it was a 3 Series Sportback, but with the RS running gear. And he got rid of that a while ago. And obviously he's been driving about in vans for ages, and he's obviously felt the need for some speed. But he's still got the van. So I just think it's and the kids love it because he's got a telly in the back. Yeah. You know, and they were telling me today they've been watching Blue and another cartoon when they were out with Daddy, Oh, that's great, you know. So they won't want to get back into focus anymore. But yeah, but that is his problem. He's just got too much money. Because the missus works as well. She's an accountant on ITV series productions like Love Island, things like that. You know, any series like that. The one in Australia, what they call it. So I don't watch a lot of telly, but so between them, they're raking in bundles of money. But it's yeah, it was a nice car though.
Yeah, my buddy's
nice.
got one, and we went for the drive, and he said he gave that little punch, and I couldn't believe how it threw you back into the seat for electric car.
Yeah, well, I've got a mate who's got another one, who's got an S at the top of the range, and he said it's the fastest car he's ever owned. And he's had things like Ferraris and Bentley Continentals. You know, he's not been short of a few V8s or V12s or V10s. But he said, I just can't believe how quick this car is. But I mean, it seems a very decent build. The one that he's got is one that was made in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a big factory over there now. And it's the new model, so it doesn't look, hasn't got that funny lip they had on the front of the bonnet, on the front panel, you know, to like to deflect the wind, to make them streamlined. It's actually got a curvier front, but it does look quite nice, and it is big. Got a massive boot on it, and there's even a you lift the floor up and there's a great big, almost like bath type, kitchen sink type area below the floor. And in the front it's got a similar sort of thing, like a big, like someone sunk a sink into the floor well. But it's also got a drain plug on it. So if you're going diving, you can throw your wetsuit in the front, and when you get back home, you can just open the drain plug and all the water will drop out. So, I mean, there's some type of stuff, and he's got things like on the centre console. If you've got a phone that charges wirelessly, you just put it on this section that is, you know, specifically made for that, and it charges your phone. 2 of them. One side by side. So it's pretty clever. Pretty clever. I'm back on the old tree work then, Scrumph?
No, not yet, but I had a little bit in between time here to.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the AI work to finish ploughing, so I thought I'll get a couple trees down. Well, I mean, there's plenty of wood to cut, but I wasn't really working on it yet.
Right. Oh, these hot nights are not good for sleeping.
That's why I got aircon on the sleeping room over upstairs.
Yeah.
Big difference that is. Never used to have it, but the missus works night shifts as well, so she has to sleep during the day.
Yep.
So we got aircon on.
Is that something you just done during your
No, we got it for like 2 years now.
Oh, I was going to say, it wasn't something to do with the plastering and all that.
Nah. It's a split unit though, so it's you don't have the noise from it.
What you mean it's outside?
Yeah, the unit is outside, and only the blower will be is on the inside. So
It's like a heat pump style.
yes,
Call them here, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to sports day on Thursday at the school, and they had a major water main burst, and the school had no water, so they had to shut the school for the day. But they've scheduled it for a Tuesday week, which is good because it means I'll still be off work.
Did you guys play with the universal auto load mod on Friday night on the server?
Pass, mate. I don't know.
no, I didn't.
I was picking bales up, but I don't know whether it was on that or not. I don't know.
I think it was the normal overload on the trailer. The normal bill overload.
Yeah. Just going to keep flipping that field back and forth between trees, one side to the other?
Yes, just gonna keep this as forestry, yeah. Doing this field and replanting it and then start on the other one.
Is there any in the menus where you can see what vehicles you got on hire purchase?
Yeah, if you go to your vehicle menu and click on the lease, click on vehicles and see where it says leasing cost on the far right. Oh, wait, now. See it there?
No, I don't know.
So do you know your vehicle menu and like below your prices, hand tools, finances?
Yep.
So click on vehicles and you see vehicle, license plate, age, working hours. See leasing cost on your far right.
Trouble is, every time I press to talk, it moves me menu along,
Okay.
which is bloody annoying.
Get a different button set up then, yes. One good.
But if you go across and click that leasing cost, if there's anything that's got leased, it'll come up. You'll see the lease in that column.
Yeah, I've got nothing there, so that's good. It's just I had paid off my bank loan, did I? Yeah, so I'm loan free, but I still paid out 43,000 at the end of the year. But that might, thinking about it, just been the residue of
Contractors, maybe. Well, contractors, cosplay. No. Cosplay does, yeah. Maybe.
No, what I mean is, I think that might have been like I paid off.
The old.
Yeah, say towards the end of the month, I still had to pay the money prior to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be that big amount, I would say. At least I won't think. And let's just let me have a look.
Oh yeah, I'm regularly paying 50,000 out.
Yeah, but on loan interest, I only had when I had a big loan, it was still only 900 a month. The vehicle leasing cost, well, I'm still paying for the Komatsu, so I'm still paying that. But apart from that, I don't have that many things disappearing. Water costs, I got some water costs. And some wage payments, but that's about it.
Yeah, this has been listed as, like, last month was 43,000 on new vehicle costs, so that's got to be the hire purchase.
Yes. Stupid idiot scruff.
Parked outside. This.
Has Graham got this Discord? Skunk?
I don't know. I am not sure.
He seems like
Can see it in the list, possibly.
he seems like he's at a loss for stuff to do a lot of the time.
Mirror back.
What?
Oh, you can check him invite, Gizmo.
I can what?
You can throw him an invite.
Yeah, okay, I will. Because he'd probably be into this. Got much more done on the map.
Mirror back.
What?
A little bit. Posted
Well,
some pictures.
I see the photos. It looks
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh, I didn't see them. I'll have to have a look at them.
Yeah, it's,
I see Briscoe the other night, briefly, and they seem like they're getting pretty close.
so you're going to put four times one on model?
No, he's not. The first one's not 4 times. It's only 2.
It's only one by.
It's
Oh, 2.
Yeah,
It's a 2 guy, and he wants to put that on console.
yeah, I know.
Or that's what he wanted to do originally, and then he's going to do a 4X once he's finished that. But what he was saying, from what I could gather, is they're very close to testing the whole map. You know, at the moment they're just doing bits of it. But, so I'm guessing once they get that done, then they'll send it to Giants. Because the other thing is he wants to get it out quick before their English map comes out.
Oh yeah, when's that due out?
It's the last period of the year, so it probably won't be till like October, something like that. Late September, October, because it released in November, didn't it? So taking that they put on a thing every 3 months. Then
It'll be interesting to see how and whereabouts they're going to do it.
Well, I think it's going to be Ireland, won't they?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be here. But I mean, who knows?
I heard it was just outside the Pidnell area. Sorry.
I heard it.
That'd be
I heard it
beautiful,
was
that,
going to
wouldn't
be a copy of a map named Pitnell.
Yeah.
No, but I think they're because I'm sure I've seen a picture, a thumbnail.
Yeah, in the ditch.
From the thumbnail, it could possibly be Irish.
That's a shame. Not that there's anything wrong with Irish maps, but
Well,
it's
no, I
Irish.
mean, yeah, but we'll wait and see. I mean, I might be wrong, won't I? You know, but it was just a guess that I had from the thumbnail they put out. But then I'm probably wrong anyway.
See, if I might be tempted to do sort of like round near Hereford.
You might be tempted to do one near Hereford.
Yeah, where you got rolling countryside, mountains.
Did you see that?
Mountains. You got the Malverns anyway.
Did you see that, like a no man's land map on the mod hub?
I've seen it come up. I haven't actually looked.
Based on a Dutch area,
Right.
and I
Limburg.
downloaded it. I downloaded it to have a look, and wow, talk about up and down, uphill, down, down.
Yeah.
It
So
was seriously hilly.
it's in southern Netherlands, close to Belgium, and that's the only area where we do have serious hills.
Right. I mean, it looked quite interesting because it was very nice. They had one building, which was the farm, and they had an area that had 3 or 4 sell points. You had a wood mill, had a wholesale market. There was a livestock dealer and a shop, and that was basically it. And the way he'd done the fields was very Alien Jim, you know, it was rectangles, and you bought a plot, and that was it. But there was, I think there was only one field, might have been two fields on the map, and the rest was all like things. But there was no way it was like a lot of the hills were just too steep to be farming them. So if you cleared the trees, you've only got one option. Let's put trees down again, because you'd never get a combine to combine some of the angles these were doing.
No, Limburg is the only area in the Netherlands where you can have some serious hills that you have to struggle with a bike up.
I'm sure it began with a Z.
Yeah, Zuid-Limburg, South. It stands for South Limburg.
Yeah, that, you know what Scrump
which
said.
is a province.
Yeah.
If you want to pronounce it right, you say Zuid-Limburg.
Yeah, right. But it certainly looked interesting. And it was a 4X as well, which was a good thing for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which gives you that bit more room. Because you can do multiplayer on normal maps, but if you can run out of room really quick.
Yeah.
Once you start earning money, if everyone's doing the same thing, which they normally are, just sort of silage based normally, then you know, everyone's buying this, that, and the other, and you all end up on each other's doorsteps. Whereas with a 4X, you got the chance of spreading out a bit. We'll wait and see. I still can't find what Johnny has put down on his bit of land in back roads that's stopping me selling it. So I've given up now.
Why don't you just use Easy Dev?
What, to sell it off?
Use Easy Dev and transfer the farm ownership back to NPC.
Oh, okay. Oh, what I was going to do, I was going to build a town on it, because I just couldn't think of anything else to do. And like I've sold most of the farm anyway, because I didn't know if he'd put one down a building that wasn't, you know, part of the thing. And then I started selling the lampposts, thinking, oh, he might have put a few extra lampposts in. But it still ain't made no deal. I've managed to sell all the others. It's just that one.
Oh, mine was easy. Only one farm building and a silo.
Yeah, but there was a beehive that I've come across. I managed to sell the land, I don't know how. But I just suddenly come across this massive beehive, which I think was your worker, James. I can't think of his name.
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah.
Logan. I think it was Logan's ground. that this thing was on, but I managed to sell the land. And it didn't even notice. But also there's a lot of bales all around the place that I can't pick up because I say don't belong to me. Which I thought was odd.
Same thing if you used EasyDeb, put the delete function on, you should be able to delete them, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, what I ended up doing was I was picking them up and throwing them in a chipper. You know, a straw shredder.
Mm-hmm.
And then the straw I just tipped into a silo. And that worked.
Yep.
But it wouldn't pick them up on the auto loads. So I had to just get a normal trailer, stack them on that, take them to the farm and then put them through the shredder.
Well, you already made the hay on that field there, Jamie?
Yes.
That's good because you're going to get another rotation out of that one as well then.
Yeah, this one I'll probably just leave as grass though. It's not a very big field, not combine friendly, so. But I should be able to get a growth stage back to harvest it again though.
Yeah. Pardon me. I've done a contract on here for wooden beams, and I've got 780,000. It was 3 lorry loads, but
Yeah, it was probably worth it then.
yeah, it was worth it, definitely.
Sure.
And it was lucky because I'd forgotten to sell them, so they were all stored up in the shed.
I'm going to say good night, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
All right,
All right,
bud.
one go. You too, mate. You have a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you next weekend.
Have a good week,
You
bud.
too, Wonka. Have a good week.
Be good. Bye.
I won't be much longer either. I'll finish off this field seeding and then call it a night.
Yeah. I'll come back and tuck some of the stuff in myself later on again tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm having my coffee. Supper time for me here. Just about 6 o'clock.
Yep. Early time, isn't it?
What you having for supper this time, Jamie?
Pork shoulder roast.
Oh, always good. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had lamb shoulder over the pub. That's pretty good.
Let it go in the oven. Put it in this morning at 9 o'clock and just let it go low and slow all day long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Must admit, I haven't done hardly any cooking this week. I've done all stuff that could be ate with one hand.
All simple cooking.
All simple, yeah. So I've done enough for 2 weeks because I thought I was going to have this general and the major cutting in. So it's been good. So tomorrow we're going out. So but Tuesday I'll be back cooking, I think. And I'll save some of the others for another time. It does get boring eating simple stuff all the time.
No, it depends on my mood.
Well, I didn't know whether I could peel potatoes and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I know.
For things like shepherd's pie. I had a quiche one day. Tuna and salad another.
No, it's just when it's hot weather like it's going to be this week.
Yep.
I don't really like eating hot food.
Right.
I prefer like salads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe with some potatoes, cooked potatoes on the side, but not too much warm stuff. But yeah, depends on the weather. Or I make a pasta salad, just cook warm pasta, get some salmon or whatsoever put into it, some fresh herbs, and then let it cool down and then eat it.
Yeah, which is what I've done.
You say salmon in your pasta salad?
Tuna.
Oh yes. No, salmon. Yes, smoked salmon.
Yeah.
I tuna in mine. So it's quite nice.
Spring onions.
Celery.
Celery. Yeah, a little bit of celery.
Tomatoes.
A little bit of carrots. Salmon then, smoked salmon. Cabbages, but I don't know how you call them in English.
Cabbages, yeah, that's what we call them. White cabbage normally we do.
No, it's white cabbage and
red.
Yeah.
White cabbage, red cabbage is what we normally put in salads.
And then we do a little bit of pickled.
We have.
Rauwkost. I don't know the English name for it.
We have a thing called piccalilli, which is like mustard and cauliflower and gherkins and all that sliced up inside it. Little onions, they're called shallots, are they?
Yeah, I know piccalilli.
Like that.
We've got it over here, but I don't use it very often.
And then we have a brown version as well, which is called Branston's.
And then I just boil the pasta and throw everything in that, mix it up and let it cool down, and we eat it cold.
Yeah. That's all right.
It's pretty good actually when it's warm weather.
Yeah. Nice.
I quite often put a little bit of cashew nuts on top,
Yeah.
just to give it that little crunch.
Bunch, yeah, I like a bit of that. I don't like lettuce and stuff. You know, I'll eat salad, but it's got to be crunchy.
Yes.
You know, things like you said, carrots and celery and cucumber and spring onions, that sort of thing. I'll eat that, and beetroot, I'll eat that all day long. But start throwing lettuce in the equation. Even white cabbage, I don't mind that, or red cabbage. It's crunchy, but once you start getting cos lettuce, then you're out the door.
Alright, finished seeding. I will be calling it a night, gentlemen.
All right, my friend.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I think I'm gonna kick off here too. It's 5:45, so
Might catch
Enjoy
you
your
guys
supper.
might catch you guys in the week.
yep.
Yes, we will say, yeah.
Nice one. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
You
Take
too,
care.
gentlemen.
Good night.
Have a wonderful week.
Catch you soon. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Stop him. All right. Chris, thanks for jumping in chat. Appreciate it. I'll do this again another evening, I'm sure, this week. In the meantime, thanks for Gizmo to being in voice chat. Scrumph and Walk for playing. Hope Johnny feels better later on. I put him to work somewhere else.
Is he not well?
He wasn't feeling too good this morning. And he's woke up, so
Look, I was amazed because he, like I said, I was winding him up, but
Yeah.
telling